Hi, this is Nicola and welcome to my channel, Forever Young Autobiographies. Welcome if you're new to the channel. I'd love for you to subscribe and like this video. This is the place where we talk about life stories and how to write them for family and friends so that unique memories can live on. Today I've got a really good topic for you. It's all about family stories, family history and much more. Now, I've just, a couple of years back, done a DNA test, and it sort of it highlights your ancestors' history, where they've come from. And I know quite a few people who've done this in my family, friends, extended relatives, that kind of thing. And it is really quite interesting. I mean, either the response or the feedback I've got from most people is, one, it really confirmed what they already thought, or two, like in my case, was really a little bit different to what I was expecting. And that sort of prompted a lot of conversations between us all and between our own families about, the family stories. Where did we all come from? And it's got the conversation and talks happening about, the more older, senior members of our family, our loved ones, and a bit about their life. So today I'm going to talk about some bonus reasons for interviewing a loved one and recording these memories before they fade away. So you might not have thought of these, but there's some really good motivating ideas to get writing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, number one is, of course, memories. Our mind and our memories is a little bit like a muscle. The more we use it, the fitter it gets, the more we can use it, the heavier sort of things we can carry. And it's the same with our mind. The more we sort of think back, I kind of like to think about a riverbed. If you're walking in a riverbed, the bottom hasn't been disturbed for a while, you're walking along with your bare feet and you're stirring up the bottom, whether it's leaves or it's sand, it's all coming to the surface. And this is a really great analogy for when you're talking to a loved one. You're talking about things decades ago. It's percolating all those things to the surface. So there's stuff they might not have even told you before that's coming up. That are things that nobody knows. And it's great that you can sift through all this stuff, all these memories, and record the really important ones. So that's point number one, bringing memories to the surface. Now, number two is probably something I like to call, going to an unknown land. When you sit down with a loved one, a senior person in your family or in your circle, you are talking to them often about people that you've never met, places and times that you couldn't physically possibly have gone to. So you're kind of taking a time travel back. You're discovering and meeting people for the first time that no longer with us, but you're getting to understand their point of view, a bit about their humour. There might be funny stories that come up about them, and you also might be connecting the dots about how we're all interconnected. So that's a really good one, is sort of rediscovering things about your family that you never knew, people and places. That's point number two. Now, point number three is a really important one. It's all about having fun. Actually, sitting down with a loved one is so much fun. It's quality time. Now, some of you may know I've recently done this with my grandmother. She'll be 99 next month. So I've spent lots of time with her, and that's really precious because, she's got to a really long age, she's right up there, nearly cracking 100. And, we really do cherish that special time. But when we've sat down, we've not only talked about memories, but we've, talked about the funny stories and the funny characters of her life. We've kind of gone over things that in her past I only just had an idea about. We've gone right in depth, and I've, come with some more questions. We've delved deeper into some family sort of mysteries, I suppose. And of course, you pull out the album that you didn't even know existed, of all the photos that you didn't know was hidden in the back of the closet. A really funny thing she's pulled out for me, which I didn't know existed, was an example of her writing, calligraphy writing when she was 11 that she entered in the agricultural show. Now I've got a young daughter and I showed this to her. She's learning how to write and spell and all that kind of thing. Completely blew her mind that her grandmother could do such a thing, you know, not much older than her. So it really is fun when you boil it all down. It's a great thing to do. So I'm just going to recap there for you that these are some amazing bonus ways or amazing bonus things you can get out of interviewing a loved one. Number one is you're stirring up memories that haven't been risen to the surface for years, decades, so you're learning new things. Number two is you're taking a trip to an unknown land. It is almost like time travel. You're meeting people and understanding their personalities and point of view. And the third thing, of course, is it is so much fun. You will get addicted to doing this kind of thing. I warn you now. So hopefully that gets you excited and motivated to interview a loved one and record their life stories or family stories. Now, if you'd like to know more about this, head to my website. I've got a whole article about it. And I've even got the Your Family Stories system. It's a whole system I've developed that leads you through the process of identifying who you'd like to interview, a loved one, who you'd like to interview, all the way to planning, writing, polishing and publishing their life story. So I've got some free sections for that for viewers down below, so make sure you click the link. It's completely free, so please check it out. It's a really step-by-step process for getting these precious memories down before they fade. If you've got someone in mind, I'd love to know who you're going to interview, or if you've done so already, let us know in the comments down below. And if you're new to the channel, we'll be back again next week with another video. So make sure you subscribe. And if this video excites you or you got something out of it, give it a thumbs up. It'd be really great. So until next week, thanks for watching and happy writing.